IVM. By the way, I've been meaning to get a home makeover.
Really? You want to do it for free?
How?
Just use Cred to pay your credit card bills, yaar, this IPL season. From 27th April to 3rd May, and you can win.
What do you mean? What can I win?
The Cred Mega Jackpot Week, of course. 5 winners can win home products worth 10 lakhs. And other prizes also, like free flights for 3 whole years.
What?
Or free iPhones for the next 10 years.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Ayushi, just download Cred.
Are you serious?
So shout out to Kunal.
Yes, shout out to my trainer, our trainer, IBM's multiple podcast hosts trainer, Kunal Rajput, who he's Subtle Strength on Instagram. And we will have him for our physical fitness episode.
This episode, yeah, absolutely.
He's hard to get because, now he's like super popular. But, oh geez. Anyway, welcome to another amazing episode of Agla Station Adulthood. I say amazing. I say amazing because I'm going to set the standard. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because I decided today, I know we had some topics planned, but let's scrap that.
Okay.
Which should make you super happy, first of all.
Yes, I'm so shook though right now. I'm like, what just happened? Am I imagining this moment?
It is not a glitch in the matrix. I'm saying let's scrap it because I think, given the shitstorm that we're currently in,
yes,
I would just like to have a silly episode because whoever's listening to this, I bet you anything you need, you deserve, you want a laugh.
Yes.
So I think you and I should crucify ourselves on the cross of embarrassment.
Oh God, we are sharing embarrassing stories.
And I think we should just talk about like the dumbest things that have happened to us.
God.
Yes.
Okay, why don't you go?
Yeah, like moments where
yeah, because now I'm trying to think.
Dash, you and I both know there's an endless list of
moments where you have?
Just like moments where you've said, oh God.
No, not endless.
I think there's an endless list of things that I've done which definitely cause me, make me look back and think, wow.
You feel embarrassed now.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
That's like everything.
Not bitch to someone else. I'm calling myself. Respectfully, I'm calling myself.
Yeah. Also, hello listeners, welcome. I didn't say hi. Ayushi has been talking because I'm low on energy today.
And I have
putting it out there.
A really intense one. So Mama's very amped. She's ready.
Mama's so cute and sexy and looking so ripped and fit, Ayushi. I'm very proud of you for taking on this amazing physical journey.
It's because it's part of my therapy, like all the things that we say on the show and the podcast, It's true. Like if I don't, because you are not available to me right now because you've been going, you're super busy. So my secondhand therapy hasn't been happening very regularly. So I need to do some physical activity.
Yeah. Sweating is important. Endorphins are the shiz.
Yeah, I need it. All right. So I'm going to kick off. This is in my top 10. It's like in my top 10. I'm not going to say which one it is, but it's in my top 10 moments of like shit. So about a while ago, I was seeing someone and I was super happy. I thought the other person was super happy. I thought it was going pretty well. Like not anything, but it was like decently going well. It wasn't super long into it. It was about like 6 months. And this is the weekend after my birthday. Had a great weekend out of town, enjoyed, bunch of friends. This person was there. They organized everything, no stone leaf unturned. So I was happy. Let's put it that way. I was happy. Fast forward literally one calendar week, in the span of which him and I haven't met because everyone had work and stuff like that. Fast forward to, hey, let's go for a drive. And sitting in the car, talking, driving. And we used to go for drives a lot. So again, no reason for me to think of anything else. Driving around and then literally about like 40 minutes into this drive, which in my opinion, like later I was so mad about the fact that so much petrol was wasted. Um, we when I said it, and this person goes, "So I just think we should end this." And no, and this isn't the embarrassing part. The embarrassing part is, and no, I, I did not, I did not accept that this was happening. I just said, no, I'm not going to let you do this. So you take some time to think about this and you come back to me. Because no, we're happy. You are happy. I'm happy. I don't know why you would mess this up. So yeah, you can drop me home now. But no, you can go on a little journey. And I said the words, go on your holiday, do some eat, pray, love shit, and sort yourself out. I am insane because hear what I did. Someone tried to tell me I no longer want to be in a relationship with you. And I said, no, you will continue to be in this relationship with me because I don't allow you
to business days and come back.
Get back to me. And you know, that day I got home and I didn't go up. I called my friend and I was like, yeah, you know, by the way, I took charge because I know what's best and I'm a confident woman and I absolutely can read the situation. So yeah, I said no. And my friends were like, yeah, that's cool. That's good. You put your cards out there. And I was like, yeah, I put my cards out there. My cards are on the table. And then like a little time passes, a day passes, 2 days pass. And then it's like, okay, hold on. Someone said they don't like you. And you said, no, continue to be with me.
So you're just playing this in your head again and again and just like,
again and again till the point where it finally settled in. Because I think what absolutely happened was I was unable to confront the idea that someone could not be head over heels in love with me.
Oh, Ayushi, that's a big one. Hey, that's a big one.
But that's a big one because obviously now in retrospect, there was nothing wrong with what that person did and everyone is justified. And honestly, like
it's all fair. Yeah.
There's no like malice or ill will or anything. It's more just like, Ayushi, you were so crazy in love with yourself that you could not understand how somebody else could not be equally in love with you.
This is like my literal problem. I'm sure that all the boys are not head over heels in love with me.
Yeah, I used to really be like that till this happened, and this kind of really made me love in an adult way because I was like, oh, this is brand new information that people are not obsessed with me.
Yeah.
And that's good. That was a huge life lesson.
Yeah, I had something like that happen to me recently also. Got a bit of a reality check from the opposite sex. It was interesting. It was good. Otherwise, you know, like me with my fictional scenarios and Alibi from Doom at play rampantly, creating a cringe fest for myself, you know. So I was told very politely recently, just not to do that. Anyway, embarrassing stories. I will start with one from many years ago when I was a young warthog. It's different. It's not from the boy department. It's a stage performance embarrassment, small embarrassment story. I was at my first school in Mumbai when we just moved here in third standard or something. I've shifted to this new school. It's third standard only or fourth standard. One of the two.
And you're holding
Titanic
it with you now.
Released. What?
I mean, you've held this story with you. Yeah. No, you held it with you.
Like, I don't think I've ever spoken about this. It's so dumb,
I'm
actually.
so excited.
But also, I'm like now finding it's more embarrassing because it was a stage story. Anyway, so it is some annual day, you know, kind of performance thing going on. There's some class performance that happens. So everybody's like, it was a girls' school. So as a larger girl, I always had to play boy. So I was wearing some boy outfit, and in the middle they have these filler performances. I don't know if you are familiar with the concept. When there's like a changeover going on backstage, there's be one kid who comes on and does something. For some reason, I thought I can't even say it. It was cassette days. Imagine cassette days. playing the backing track cassette of My Heart Will Go On.
No. No.
And singing on stage would be a good idea for me.
Who was chaperoning this production?
My mom was very supportive. So I was like, cool, must be fine for me to do this. So I go up on stage, I'm standing ready. One mic is there, I'm there, one spotlight is there, and the audience is watching. They put on the backing track. The track was supposed to be the actual song. I was just going to sing along with it. So Celine and I were going to do a duet.
Okay.
At the sound counter, obviously there has been a up. So the music starts, but it's not the actual song. It's some sad instrumental version of that. So only that is playing, and I'm waiting for the words to start. It don't start. So finally they're like, okay, come. And I also just go off stage, and I was so like, oh shit, sad, embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I didn't get to see my song.
So you just stood there while the back sound of My Heart Will Go On was just playing. And you spotlight. Actually, Tash, that's a real great little metaphor for the rest of all the heartbreak in life, that is just you standing on stage with the spotlight and you telling yourself, my heart will go on. I will
take it on a sad turn.
Oh, because it's I'm just imagining little Tash.
Yeah.
Not able.
No. I'm glad to get that story off my chest.
By the way, listeners, she knew my story. I did not know your story.
I don't think anyone knows this. I've carried it with me in my heart.
Oh, even my story, I've carried it very personally to only 4 different people. Okay, so we kicked it off with fairly embarrassing things. And embarrassing, maybe not to everyone, but embarrassing to you. I think that's...
I had a great laugh.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of this episode. So I would say it's a check for me.
Yes. Do you ever have those memories where you are going to sleep and suddenly something flashes through your mind and it's something super embarrassing from your childhood that somehow your brain has not let you forget?
Not really. Why? You do?
Yeah, but that's
before sleeping.
It's a NSFW one. So I'm not going to get into that. Because I sometimes have that one where it's oh no.
It's an X-rated embarrassing moment.
Yeah, because then I have to close my eyes and I have to think of anything else. Anything. I'll be like, shoes, elephants, shit. I don't care. It just has to, that image has to be scratched off my retina, because it's burned into my eyes. I need it to leave. But it's amusing to me that your brain does that to you. And I always wonder why. I wonder why we bring up things that obviously cause us some level of embarrassment or shame or some stress. Your body definitely goes into why?
Yeah.
Don't want to think about it. I mean, there's so many, definitely liquor ones, there's too many to count.
Oh, the liquor ones are not even funny or embarrassing. They're downright shameful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
know. The
teenage
years. I guess 2 or 3 which all involve alcohol, vomit, and Rytasha's tears.
There's one that
in a
involves
class, not in the whole the whole classroom, not the classroom, not in school, at a party. Everyone from school is there, is what I meant.
Rytasha used to bring little cocktails to school.
No, not to school.
No. I have another embarrassing one from again in a car.
Oh.
This is the same night that you're thinking of.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to everyone listening because it makes you feel like you're not part of the joke, but I'm going to tell you the joke. Don't worry.
But this is a New Year's Eve party scene.
This is the one that you're thinking of. The one that you're thinking of.
Very young. Yes.
This was my first time drinking.
That's a good. Yeah. Yeah, we were very young. We were 16.
No. Were we? It's a bit underage. But anyway, we were young. We were super young. And this is probably my first time drinking. And again, I was kind of seeing someone a little bit definitely liked each other and were hanging out a lot. But you know that thing of like, person hadn't asked you out, or like you hadn't said that, oh, will you be with me or whatever. And I guess at that age it was a big deal. But all I remember is we were going from one friend's house to another friend's house. And obviously, I do not remember much of that car journey. I really do not remember much of that car journey. All I remember is when we got to the friend's house where the actual party was, the second place, everyone's like, oh my God, congratulations, congratulations. And I was like, why? What happened? What happened? They're like, yeah, you're dating XYZ, right? Like, you guys are dating. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Huh? And then I turned to look at this person. And I was like, what are they talking about? And he was like, dude, I just asked you out in the car. And you said yes. And I have no memory of this. Not a one. I have no memory. Till this date, it's not come back to me. So, I mean, I dated the person very happily for like 2-3 years after, but to know like that was the origin story, but I do not remember. And all I remember is walking into like her house, you know, whose house I'm talking about, and everyone's like, oh my God, how happy. Finally, you guys are dating. I was like, what are you talking about?
I obviously did not know this was happening that night. There's a whole other scene going on in the bedroom. It sounds horrible.
Because that sounds so bad. You have to give them a little context.
We were at this girl's house where the party was happening. And because I'd gotten so wasted, I couldn't move from her bedroom. And in not even bedroom, specifically her bathroom. I was crouched over the pot in one corner of her bathroom, having thrown up plenty outside the room and inside the bathroom. On my way there, sitting, crying. I've obviously cried because some recent heartbreak had happened. A boy had rejected my love. As per usual. So anyway, that had happened and I was very sad. And a sweet boy who was a friend, he was just feeding me aloo bhujia.
It was the same night.
On the pot, like on the floor. He was sitting on the pot and I was sitting on the floor. And I will never, like this image will never leave my mind of me in that corner eating aloo bhujia. And Ashna and Ananya, our other friends, shout out to them both. Love you guys. They came and they arrived at the party together, not having drank and all. They were sober at the time. They were good girls. So they've showed up. They've stood at the bathroom door. They've looked down at me. I've looked up at them. We've had eye contact. And they, like, I remember Ashna's face to this day that she's just like shook and she looks at Ananya. They exchange a look and they leave. Oh my God. I'm still embarrassed. I was in days, I couldn't go to chemistry tuition without being embarrassed of the scene I had created. Oh dear, Rytasha. But now, actually to that, Rytasha, I would like to say, I forgive you. It's okay. You went there, you did it. It's okay. It's in the past now. Let it go. Don't let it make you feel badly.
Oh yeah, I think
A little pet talk.
I've forgiven myself for a lot of the dumb things I've done.
That's good.
Only even because I think but I think that's the only way to accept that you actually did it, and it what did you learn from it? I think that when you've accepted that you actually did it and you made that mistake, or you had an error in judgment, and then when you decide that you've accepted it and you're owning it, you start to think of like, maybe why did I do that? And that usually leads me to some sort of self-revelation. At least for me, like I think of the time when I'm like, why did I say no to this person? Why didn't I just accept that they didn't want to be with me? And I was like, oh, it's because it really goes down to your insecurity with rejection. Like everyone who listens knows this. I have a huge problem with that. So in my mind, this immediately triggered me to be like, oh my God, I'm young again and I'm being rejected from the schools that I wanted to go to. That was where that's where it took me, and that's why I could not handle it.
That's, I think, very important to look inward, and that's the only thing to do actually, because behavior that happened in the past, sometimes you see like snippets of it coming up in the present also. And I guess the thing is to get to the root of that, like why do we behave the way we do? Why do we say the things we do? Ayushi?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, before we tell you more, we tell you more stories, let's take a little break.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, thewholetruthfoods.com, Seat, PayPal, and Cred. We thank you all for your support. Tune into The Note, where Maruk Inayat talks to Dr. Bipin Joshi about the second wave of COVID. He calls it no less than World War III. On The Habit Coach, Ashton was joined by Yoshita Dave, who's a sex educator and intimacy coach. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam Gupta was joined by Amit Thakkar and Hiral Jain of Market Pulse Technologies, and they talked about trading in Indian markets. All Things Policy by the Takshashila Institute had on board Mihir Mahajan and Pranay Kotastane to talk about the recent changes in the Indian intellectual property front. You should definitely check out the Cyrus Says episode with Ace casting director Mukesh Chabra. They discussed some of his best work. We also had Ira Mukhoti, who has authored various books on history and mythology from a female gaze. The IPL season's in full swing, and we have Edges and Sledges in English and Khel Niti in Hindi if you want to check out cricket content. Really, really great conversations on both of those shows. Do check those out. And with that, let's get you back to your show.
Welcome back.
Hi, I'm
What are
eating
you
trail
eating,
mix.
by the way? It's literally in my ear.
I'm not going to do a product placement, but I will let the audience know I'm eating Eat Better trail mix and it's delicious. Coming back to embarrassing stories, I have another pretty embarrassing one which I've also tucked away. You might remember this very vaguely, but I think you were in another section in those years. It's a story from a school camp when I'd already shifted to this co-educational school. I think it is probably in 7th or 8th standard, maybe 9th, who knows?
Yeah, we weren't in the same class then, and we weren't friends in the 7th.
I think it was a 9th standard, I think. No, not 9th. We were not the same. Maybe we were. I'm not remembering this.
9th, we were in the same class.
Anyway, let me just start telling the story. Maybe you'll remember it now when I tell you the story.
Okay.
We'd gone on a camp, and so the girls obviously were staying in one area, the boys were staying in one area. But from the girls' bathroom, there was some halla one day. One of my girlfriends came out and was like, from here you can see downstairs and people in the garden can see into the bathroom. So one girl was like, oh, while I was showering, I saw these two guys downstairs. And I guess what we all made of it was they were looking up into this bathroom or whatever. And as soon as I've heard this information, I've been like, oh my God, no, this is so wrong. I don't know, I've gone on so I've gone and made a small scene. Where I'm like, this has happened. And then this is not even me because I was not in the bathroom. I'm going and speaking on behalf of somebody else. Some two boys were named. So I've gone on and relayed these. And then I was just feeling really bad because it was no, but we didn't even see anything. And maybe it was just they happened to be standing downstairs, or this girl also was then we all went down and checked. Can you really see? I was just feeling very bad after all of it because then I felt oh no, because of my overzealous aggression, these two who were not really being creepy or whatever, they just happened to be downstairs. They were feeling, yeah. So that I felt badly about. I felt badly about that for a while. And in hindsight also, I feel it was a little embarrassing for me because I have become a bit of a crusader for what? Yeah. And on a side note, oh my God, a very fun small follow-up story from the same camp where I have been embarrassed by one of the tour guides who has decided it's okay, earlier camp, I think, to call me baby elephant.
Yeah. What? I don't remember
front of the
this.
Class, we were walking. No, it was an earlier camp then. I'd just joined school or something. It was not nice, basically.
That is awful.
It was the same camp. Because I remember some bad things happening. I was like, ye bhi ho raha hai, mere saath mujhe baby elephant bhi bulaya gaya hai. Shit, this is all that bullying they talk about, and my therapist tells me how kids from cathedral are up. Oh God.
I had an embarrassing one right now, but it literally has flown out of my head. So what were you talking about? You were talking about camp, and you were talking about
being called
yes.
a baby elephant.
No, that's not actually what was the previous thing. This is something that I'm ashamed of. I'm gonna still put it in the same bucket.
Yeah, okay.
So we were in the 7th, and there was this girl in school. And listen, I just want to preface this by saying I'm no longer this person. Okay, I have grown up. So she was a pure vegetarian. She was a Jain, and she was hardcore super faithful and like followed all the tenets of, in terms of like no onions, no potatoes, all of that stuff. So I used to bring like whatever snack I used to get or like lunch at this time. Sometimes it was like a ham sandwich or like it was like maybe some chicken in the box or whatever. I don't really remember. But she basically, I used to sit across the aisle from her and she complained to the teacher that I was eating a ham sandwich in and around her space. Yeah, she was like, she's eating non-veg and like I can't handle the smell and like it's just making me super uncomfortable. And I was so offended that I was like, first of all, you narrow-minded vegetarian weirdo. Because that's definitely like the judgment that I was passing at that day. I was like, if you're a vegetarian, you're dead to me. Which is completely so removed from reality and such a stupid take to have. But yeah, that was a defining thing at that time.
It was something stupid that we did do. We were like, oh no, you don't eat non-veg, you loser. But I'm now like, the whole perception around that has changed and how. Anyway.
And forget how it's changed now. I still think it's a stupid thing to have like placed as a personality trait that, I'm a non-vegetarian and that makes me like better or cooler than you. But anyway, whatever. So she complained about me. And the teacher told me that, you should be like more respectful of her space. And I was super upset that the teacher took her side over mine because I obviously was just eating my lunch. And at the end of the day, it's a ham sandwich. It really doesn't smell at all. Come on. To me. But then again, you're thinking, what do I know? I'm used to a smell like this, but whatever. Anyway, and I have blocked this memory from my brain. My friends actually, good friend of the show, Arjun, who reminded me of this. He was like, you did this to her. You blocked it out.
No way. Oh my God. Oh my God. Speaking of embarrassing stories. Oh.
Wait, let me finish.
I've been triggered. Finish.
So that day the next day I went to the canteen and I bought chicken lollipops. Like, the RTI chicken lollipops, which are just dredged in oil. They look like meat. They smell like meat. It's a super meaty product.
They're red color. Yeah.
Literally, they're super offensive. I agree. I have gone to this girl at lunch and I have like waved the two chicken lollipops in her face and like taunted her with them and you take out someone's nazar. I was like, I'm taking out your nazar.
Oh my God, Ayushi, you have watched too many of those mean high school movies.
I agree. This was a horrendous thing to do, but I thought it was so funny. And everyone laughed and I got the cheap and I did the dick thing to do. I know.
I'm so glad you got this off your chest.
I know that it was so wrong to do. And I did that. And I think like some people thought that definitely I pushed it because I was too mean to someone. Even at that age, like 13, 12-year-olds realized that this is too mean. And I think I immediately realized as well. I was like, no, this is real bad. Like, you can't walk this back. It's already done. And then like I literally backtracked my way with my chicken wings. And I spent the rest of like the time that she was in school, which is the next 3 years, apologizing to her and just staying out of her way. I could barely make eye contact with her. So she definitely, if you want to think of it in very mathematical way, she bested me because she won that interaction for the next 3 years. I was so painfully mortified every time I looked at her because I was so ashamed of doing something like that.
You were embarrassed for the next 3 years.
Yes, that I couldn't like make eye contact with her properly, and she knew it. But I mean, whatever. She was. If I think about it, she was never horrible to me after that.
Apologize.
Yes, you listen to this. I'm so sorry. She and her successful dentist husband.
Name.
She is also a dentist. They're living their best life. In her name, I'm saying I'm sorry I did this.
I love it. Okay, excellent. Thank you for sharing this very, very, very intense one with us.
Listen, don't do this to anyone.
It takes guts.
I was a baby little. I'm better now.
You really are. You are so much better now. Good girl. Love you. Proud of you. And the evolution you have had.
I know.
Miles to go though before we sleep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shall we move on?
You said that you had one. that you were triggered by
I think
right
I've
now?
spoken about it on the show already, but anyway, it was 8th standard. The class was down for PE. I had a crush on a boy at this point. Of course, there's a boy involved. Why not? I am ashamed talking about this now. Embarrassed is one
So don't
thing,
do it.
but
Don't
it's
do
like
it.
we won't. Okay,
If
ठीक है.
you want,
It's a
I
very
mean,
funny
whatever.
time pass story. Yeah, this
Do it.
girl who's my best friend and I, we go up during PE to get water bottles or something. I've told this story. But anyway, this boy I like and the boy she likes, she was like, oh, I'm going to drink from his bottle. You drink from this one's bottle. I was like, okay, cool. Are you sure? And they're like, yeah, okay, cool. So I've drank, put my mouth and drank, from this boy. I have a crush on him. So not at all COVID friendly. I've had water from his bottle and I put it back and all. Of course, this news got out because it's cool and everything spreads like wildfire. The person who puts you up to it goes and tells everyone. Anyway, till day, this boy calls me bottle sucker for fun, and we're dear friends. But we moved past, obviously, from this moment. But I was so embarrassed at the point. I was like, I did it also. Now it's out also. It's public knowledge. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'm still asking.
Okay, I have another embarrassing one from school. This is definitely just puppy love kind of one, not puppy love, whatever. I was in the 10th, and this guy was our house captain or whatever. Like he was a senior so he was like 2 or 3 years older, I think, than us. And in school, we used to have this popcorn vendor. Like one year, they decided to have a popcorn machine, and you could buy popcorn during lunch break or whatever. And I remember I was so painfully like a small gawky teenager, like glasses, braces, flat back and front, and had a massive crush on this senior. And to me, he was so cute and he was so smart and he was so intelligent, and then like he spoke well, and like I was a little like a cultural nerd in terms of like elocution debates, like
Yes.
school play and house play and stuff like that. So, and he was really good at that stuff. And so a lot of things that I auditioned for, he would be there and he would like say, yeah, you made the team. And I just could not control my face around him, because like all I wanted to do was impress him, it was so natural at that young stage. I'm so not embarrassed of it now. But and I remember there was this lunch and I bought popcorn. And I was literally standing there talking to one of our friends, and was eating popcorn. And he comes down and says, he's like, hey, I've been looking for you. I need to discuss something about the team. And I think it was like the debate team at the time. And I was saying, you want to talk to me? You want to talk to me one-on-one? Oh my God, yeah, sure. Okay, what did you want to talk about? The debate? Oh my God, yeah. And can you imagine me being so like, this is not who I am, but I just
giggly,
such a big crush. Yes. And so I'm standing there with this, and remember, guys, still have the popcorn with me. And as he's talking to me, he just like reaches into the popcorn and he's like munching some. He's like, oh, thanks, dude. Like, so I was like, yeah, of course. And I'm holding it out for him. And so to me, I've like left my body at this point. Like my soul has left my body and is watching me. And it's just me and this person standing there in the corner of like a very crowded lunch area. Just literally, he had work. There was nothing there. He was literally telling me, practices at this time, you need to call these people and you need to tell them. Like he was giving me errands to do. But I was just like, absolutely, I captain, my captain, your captain, stand on the chair, just say it all, Dead Poets Society, I'm here for you. And then, so we're standing there, we finished the popcorn, and he's like, okay, I'll see you after school for practice. About 4 years ago, when I was cleaning out my cupboard, I found that popcorn container. Because I kept it. Because I think at school at that time, yes, at that time, I was like, oh my God, he ate out of the same container and we shared it. And it's like a part of our origin story. There was no story.
So cute.
I must have kept it in like, box.
That you kept it. Delusional.
And it was in the box.
We've been delusional.
Absolutely delusional. Yes. It was in the same box that you and I used to write those down, like the chits and the drawings and everything. And I'd obviously just kept all of this stuff from I used to keep boxes of each year, like stuff from each year. And I guess like about 5 years ago, I finally got rid of so many of those boxes. And I hadn't looked at them in years. And I went through them and I took this out and I couldn't for the life of me remember why it was there. But then suddenly, as I turned it around and I was like, it's popcorn box. And I was like, literally, you know, that thing where That's So Raven, where she suddenly has that vision when it goes like, I literally saw myself. I was like, oh my God, Ayushi, you crazy person. You absolutely unhinged child. You have kept a popcorn wrapper?
Very sweet.
So yeah.
It's a very cute embarrassing.
And you know, the funny thing is, because this school that we went to is such a like close-knit alumni and house system and stuff, like socially we see and bump into a lot of people that we're talking about right now that we have embarrassing stories with or that we've been around and grown up around. So sometimes when you look at these people in real life, also age kind of humanizes everyone as well. The more you grow up, you do a lot of hero worship when you're younger.
Yeah.
And you idolize people and you put them on these pedestals when you realize after a while, like once that age barrier gets above 18 and 19, you kind of realize that everyone's a little bit weird. Everyone's a little bit of a freak. Everyone's got their own weird story somewhere along the way. And that I think that I made a fool of myself. And now when you look at them, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. It doesn't like it's water off your back.
Yeah, of course.
But at that time, it was like, oh my God.
I'm sure he knew also you had a crush on him. It's hard not to know. I think for like, especially in a situation like that.
Oh,
like you
100%,
also must have known. Yeah. Like now.
Yeah, because
now.
I was not my cool, suave, sensual self that I am now. Listen, I was just hitting puberty. I hit puberty so late that like I had no idea what was happening. I was just like, oh, I have a crush. I have a crush. I'm going to be crushed by my own crush.
Sweet. Very sweet too. Cute story. Thank you for sharing that, Ayushi. I think I'm all out of embarrassing stories.
Yeah, no, I have lots more, but I'll stop.
I mean, yeah, I know. Even I probably have now because if I dig now, as we are going deeper and deeper,
yeah, these ones have come to me now.
Come out.
Yeah. It's because you brought up something about 7th standard that I thought of the chicken lollipop story. Then you brought up that something else. I was like, oh my God, I remember this other popcorn story.
Yeah.
Oy.
Any recent embarrassment you had as an adult though? Can we talk a little bit about adult embarrassment? I mean, the first story you said was that, but anything else?
Yeah. An embarrassing, not embarrassing story, but something that I was momentarily like, embarrassed by was when we were in a meeting with really important clients and it was really a big pitch. And I was presenting and it was a big deal and it ended fine. We got the client was okay. But in the middle of the presentation, my dad, who was also there, he was listening to it and he was watching and he kind of supplemented a point. He was like, and to this point, we also operate in different areas. And I was like, Papa, I was going to say that. And I said, Papa. And I said, the thing was, I said, Papa, in this crazy formal circle where usually I don't acknowledge that him and I are related in any way. Like, you know that yes, I go out of my way I go out of my way to stay out of his field of vision. But yeah, called him Papa on in front of a lot of people, a lot of white people, which made it worse, I think.
That's that's hilarious. That's actually very funny, but it's not on brand for you. My internet connection is unstable, it says. I hope I'm all right.
Yeah, you're fine. You're back now.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, see, many things are unstable. Everything is unstable.
My mental health is pretty unstable.
Yes, that is also there. Of course, of course. I hope everyone, you're taking care of yourselves the best possible way you can at this point in time.
And look, if you aren't able to share information, if you aren't able to actively help people, or you feel like you really can't do this or you can't do that, it's okay. It's so okay, even if the one person that you take care of that day is you, or that one person that you take care of that day is your immediate family or your friends. That's okay. And there are so many good people doing such good work that if you can contribute and you can help and you can lend a helping hand, please do. God knows there's hundreds of thousands of people that need our help. But again, just saying, if you can't, it's also okay. It's okay. Take care of yourself. That's so important, because I'm not even saying this in a way of like a political fight or something, but our journey and our fight for survival and thriving is so long. It's so long. We have so much more to live and contribute and work for and work towards, that you will get your time to, contribute and make that difference. So if you can do it now, great. But if you can't, that's okay. Take care of yourself. That's equally important.
Also, you guys know we're always there for you. We read your emails.
Yes.
So get in touch if there are things you want to talk about.
You want to unburden,
share feelings
unload,
you're having, thoughts. Yeah, always, guys. We're happy to read. Let's talk about things. For the privilege of your time. And
we hope that we made you laugh.
You guys giggle a bit. Yeah. And you have fun and thought about the silly shit you've done.
Which you should let us know as well. Make us feel slightly better. We've 100% opened ourselves up for you.
Yes.
So have a laugh. Give someone a hug. That's around you in a safe space that isn't COVID issuing, whatever. But give yourself a hug, man. It's tough times. But we're here for you. So reach out. And as always, you can listen to this or other great podcasts on the IVM network. You can find them at IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you can find Rytasha at Rytash, Rytash, on Instagram. And you can find me at Just Ayushi on Twitter and Ayushi A9 on Instagram. And you can write to us at aglastationadulthood at gmail.com.
Thank you.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one, or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are two passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset, and everything sport.
So tune in to The Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.
पेश खिदमत है आपकी शान में हमारे अंजुमन से. Hi, I am Sadaf.
And I'm Arshit. खाने का इतिहास, economics, policy, psychology, सब है मेन्यू पे.
Only on the Nankali podcast every Wednesday. सिर्फ IVM podcast app या वेबसाइट पर, या फिर जहां से भी आप अपने पॉडकास्ट सुनते हो.